Yeah. On the flip side, you guys had a real good relationship with Pac. You guys were supposed to be on the One Nation album that unfortunately never got finalized. What was that experience like, working with that brother and just working on this album where he was trying to mend the East Coast fences and show unity in hip hop?
There will never be another Tupac Shakur. There will never be another Tupac Amaru Shakur. It will never be, man. I can never describe him. It's not enough words in the lexicon for me to describe him, man. It's our experience. My personal experience with him was me hearing him say, "Yo, Steele, yo, come in the studio." I'm like, "Oh shit," he said my name.
Wow.
like he said Steele. Like, oh shit, nobody was getting that on tape. There was we ain't have Instagram then, so it was like I can't put this on the gram or nothing. I can't Snapchat this or nothing, huh? Niggas would never believe this story. He said Steele. He like, yo, Tech and Pac is eating. Tech and Pac is both Geminis, so they eating breakfast. They pouring hot sauce in their turkey bacon. So they like, oh, you like your turkey bacon? Like, word, I like my. You know what I mean? It's like the things that rap do, man. Rap almost dehumanize us. You know, this is why salute the dudes who try to tell us the difference between rap and hip hop. Big up to KRS-One. Like, the rap will dehumanize us. Like right now, rap is dehumanizing us. Like rap makes dudes go, yo, F your moms, your kids, your baby moms, suck my John. Like dudes be saying the most phenomenal, disrespectful stuff, and then they want respect after that.
Right.
And where I'm from, if I said anything about somebody wrong, it was guns in the street, yo.
Right.
When that thing was going on with us, with the homie, man, it was dangerous, man. Because Junior Mafia is about that. You know what I mean? And boot camp cats, because boot camp, we had a sizable team, yo. And these guys, we had a lot of young guys that was like, yo, you know what I mean? Why go on? And then we had a lot, like we was young, so we was like, okay, what's the movement? And then we still coming off that strip. Okay. So that strip had us kind of tied up too. So we was kind of like gullible to kind of go, all right, well, ain't no drama. This is rap. Let's go. It's whatever what it is. But at the same time, just to keep it 100 with you guys, like me and Tech off top was like, this shit ain't going. This ain't. We got to switch this up. So we was overridden because we was kind of like, we did our thing already. We did our part. So we had to kind of like fall back and just let the thing play out. Everybody had their own budgets. All boot camp members had their own budgets. Everybody spent their own bread. So I don't know what Dude got, I don't know what Helter Skelter got. Everybody got their own bread. Helter Skelter and those who messing with Priority, that was the beginning of us getting $500,000 deals, $1 million label deals, and stuff like that. So for us, Project Boys, man, it was crazy to concentrate on at the time. Well, I would say we did the best we could,
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You bump into Suge? Did you get a chance to meet Suge after that?
One day, we with Pop in the stool. Pop get a call, and his whole vibe changed. Pop is like a live dude, yo. He a Gemini, so and he a comedian. He's a personal individual. Like he don't like to be dull at all. So he got a call from Suge. I think Suge was inviting him to a party at the time. We was out there in the summertime, so I believe his birthday was around the corner when we was recording the thing. The time gets ahead of me sometimes. I can't really pinpoint the time the exact times, dates, and all of that.
Right.
But Suge was trying to get Pac to come out. Pac was like, yo, I ain't come. He was trying to get him to come to Vegas. Pac was like, I ain't coming to Vegas. It's like, I don't want to come out there. It's like, I come to the club, we throwing the parties for you. It's for you. He's like, I don't care. I'm with the boot camp. She was like, boot camp? Man, bring him with you. He like, oh hell no. I don't want to bring. Like his energy turned into something different. Books, right? He booked, Suge booked flights for Pac and the boot camp.
Wow.
Meaning me, Buck, Tech, Drew High, and Thor. Like we was rolling with the 5-man team.
Right.
So he had us on different flights than Pac. Longer than short, when we got to the first of all, going to the airport, it was a solemn ride. When we got there, once Pac found out that we had different flight tickets than him, he was like, fuck that, we ain't going. He's like, he threw the tickets on the floor, like he did the Pac that we always see in the you know, the videos that the media like to show us.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, fuck that, we ain't going. He threw the tickets is like $1,000, $2,000. That's money you just threw on the floor, just man.
Right.
It's about 25, 3,500 you just threw down on the ground. He's like, man, fuck that. I ain't going. So what we gonna do? We had to follow him. So that means whatever was paid for our 5-man team, he was like, whatever. So when we went back to the studio that night, and that was the most fucked up session we had because his energy, he was angry, he was frustrated, he was all kind of things. And that was our closest experience with Suge. After his death, and this is just me just speculating and being like this esoteric guy that I am, right? Like,
absolutely.
He didn't want us out there. He didn't want us at the 662. Like, not boot camp.
Really?
You know, the things that we was doing in that we stayed in the house with him. We stayed in his house, right?
Right.
He just got a house, and I guess whatever these guys was doing for him, they was, all right, you're gonna be in studio, you're gonna be at Cam's studio. You're gonna get the crib not too far from Cam's studio. You working on the movie right now. Everything is in the vicinity when you're in LA, right? So, but at the same time, it's like, all right, he has so many different responsibilities. He kind of put it all on the shelf, and I think that it took me a minute to realize, like, he was trying to rebuild his team, his movement, whatever he was with the Machiavelli thing, Machiavelli Records, the Outlaws. Outlaws is like 90% of the Outlaws is from Jersey.
Right.
No doubt.
Like, it might be one of them that lived in Cali, But for the most part, they Jersey boys.
Right.
How you a LA guy and your whole team is from Jersey? Like your down team.
His riders.
Your down team, your riders is from Jersey though. Like dirty Jersey though.
Right.
We already know how. Salute to Jersey, by the way. Salute to Jersey.
Salute to Jersey.
You know what I mean? Like, you already know how they give it up. So, like, you rolling with these guys. You ain't rolling with a bunch of Cali Crips or a bunch of Cali Bloods. Meanwhile, you rolling with one of the top blood guys, and you got DPG over here. Where you fitting in at? You got a bunch of Jersey guys with you? Wow. What they called? The Outlaws? Wow. So you broke the game in half. So what he was doing, man, when he did that, man, it's like, and then when we met him, he was like, okay, I'm meeting some soldiers that are very similar to where I'm trying to go.
Right.
He sat us down, beloved. He sat us down, all of us, the 5-man team, because it wasn't no chicks at the pool. Yeah, he had a pool in his crib. He had upstairs, downstairs, all kind of fly stuff, white walls, white banisters, couches and all of that and all this stuff. We had a pool. There wasn't no pool parties and none of that stuff. We sat there a few times and we built, and he would tell us, like, this is my idea. This is what I want to happen. It's like, wow, like, Today, artists don't have to share they want to do. They just call the other artists that they need on the project. So it's no building, really. It's just like, all right, I can get him on this. I can get him to play. I can get him to play. I can get her to play. I can get her to sing. I can get Duke to rap, do a chorus for me. Sun is hot. Get him to do this. Like, you just like, you're not even, that's like ABC, man. I get that shit from 99 Cisco. I'm not taking that from the, it's none of that. It's like, like when we with Pac, it's like, yo, when we was with Pac, man, True say it was still like fresh, going into it was about to change. We didn't know. We had no clue, man, and Pac prepped us for it. He was trying to tell us things that we wasn't absorbing because, to keep it 100, I think we all were still nervous about the East Coast and West Coast beef. As Brooklyn guys, as New York guys, being in L.A., we were still a little bit nervous about, okay, is this Pac guy serious? Is this really going on? Is this really happening right now?
Right.
We saw Grandmaster Flash out there. Nicest Move was out there. A couple of Jersey Cats was out there. Dad, it wasn't just us, but for us, the way we came up, the way we experienced the whole thing, we ain't familiar with really nobody else. So we were just trying to keep it really in our little cluster. So what we would do, we would be like, yo, Pac, can we talk to you for a minute? We pull them to our cluster, and we would just build them like, yo, we want to do a song with you. Like Boot Camp.
Right.
And it's like, he was all with it. He ain't have like, we need to. Like, he was so open as a creator. He was just so open. And it's like, yo, he really wanted to do some other things with the culture, because he knew what was going on. He knew that shit was getting out of hand.
Right.
We never talked about that. The only time we talked about it, he showed us the video, Hit 'Em Up, before it came out.
Oh, what?
And I swear to you, I swear to God, man, I think he said Smif-N-Wessun in it. People be like, yo, he said Smif-N-Wessun. We ain't even get with him.
Are you serious?
Like,
wow.
I'm just, did he say, yo, he said Smith? I was watching this shit, and I thought I heard the shit. And I was in the crib, and I'm like, yo, it ain't come out yet. So when I watched it later, and dudes are like, he said Smif-N-Wessun, I'm still to this day, it's like, I don't know if that's what he said.
Right.
I don't know. Because if he was, he foresaw that, and he said that, or maybe he said that as soon as he was on the plane. He's like, they coming, so fuck it, let me do the ad-libs or something. I don't know.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But it's however he did it, his intelligence, his creative intelligence, his creative integrity was way up. And for a young bull like me and my homies, we was absorbing it, but we was very perceptive, because it could have went any way. The first time we got to the studio, Pac hugged us. We saw Snoop and Pac. We pulled up in a limo. They hugged us, showed us mad love, and then when we went in the studio, we got searched by security.